Have you ever thought about what it takes for a community to really support all of its residents, especially as their needs change over time? Today, we're going to dive into that very question by taking a look at Batavia, New York. It's a small city, but it's created this really powerful model for what it means to live independently, and maybe more importantly, to live with connection.
And really, it all boils down to this, right? For pretty much all of us, what home means isn't some fixed thing. It changes, it evolves throughout our lives. And as we go through those changes, that desire to stay in control, to live on our own terms, well, that becomes more important than ever. That's the core challenge we're digging into here.
All right, so to really get what makes Batavia's approach so different, we've got to start by getting on the same page. We need to redefine what independent living actually means in this whole setup. Now, this is super important because it completely flips a common idea on its head. Independent living, in this case, does not mean you're all on your own. It's actually the opposite. It's all about empowerment. Having the freedom to run your own life, do the things you love, all while knowing that a solid support network is there if you need it. This idea is the bedrock for everything else we're about to see.
Okay, so that's the philosophy. But what does it actually look like day to day? Let's take a tour of some of Batavia's residential communities, which are all designed around this principle of supported independence.
First up, we've got Manor House. This place is designed specifically for active seniors, and it's just a perfect example of how independence and community don't just exist side by side, they actually make each other stronger. So here's how it works. Residents get their own private apartments, which is great, but they're also freed from the daily grind of things like cooking and cleaning. And that simple shift is huge. It frees up all this time and energy so people can focus on social events and really build a thriving community together.
Next on our list, we have the Jerome Senior Apartments, and this place has a really cool backstory. It's not some brand new building that popped up out of nowhere. It's actually a clever transformation of the old, historic St. Jerome Hospital.
So by repurposing this historic building, they've created these modern apartments and filled them with amenities like fitness rooms and computer access right in the heart of town. The whole idea is just to make life easier, more convenient, and more engaging for everyone who lives there.
But, a place to live is only one piece of the puzzle. For independent living to truly work, you need a reliable safety net. So now let's shift gears and look at the crucial organizations in Batavia that provide that essential support. A huge player here is the independent living of the Genesee region. This organization is so vital because it's not just for seniors. It supports individuals with disabilities of all ages. It really extends that idea of independence to the entire community.
This is right from their mission statement. And that phrase, a catalyst for change, that says it all. It shows you they're not just a passive group handing out services. Nope. They're a peer-directed civil rights organization actively working to empower people and expand their options in life.
And they do this with real boots-on-the-ground help. We're talking about teaching essential life skills, helping people find a place to live, fighting for them when they need an advocate, and even offering counseling from people who've actually been there. It's all about giving folks the tools they need to be in the driver's seat of their own lives.
The other major piece of this support puzzle is the Genesee County Office for the Aging. The best way to think of them is like a central hub, the main point of contact for information and help for older residents, caregivers, and people with disabilities.
And the sheer range of services they cover is incredible. They connect people to just about everything, from nutrition programs and financial help to transportation options and caregiver support. They've built this comprehensive network to make sure no one falls through the cracks.
Okay, so we've seen the housing and we've seen the organizations. Now let's pull it all together and talk about the big idea, the philosophy that makes this whole model in Batavia so successful.
This right here gets to the absolute heart of the matter. So often we think independence means doing it all by yourself, which, let's be honest, can lead to real isolation. But what Batavia shows us is that true independence isn't about being alone at all. It's about being connected to a community where support is always accessible.
I mean, this quote just says it all perfectly, doesn't it? The entire system we've been looking at, from the housing to the services, is all built on this one fundamental belief: connection over isolation.
And that is the ultimate goal here. It's not just about getting by, it's about thriving. It's about creating an entire ecosystem where every single resident has the chance to live with the dignity and the autonomy they deserve, completely on their own terms.
So as we wrap this up, it kind of leaves us with a big question to think about.
When you look at this model in Batavia, this focus on connection, on choice, on making sure support is easy to get, what parts of that do you think could make your own community a more supportive place for everyone to live life on their own terms?